Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we completed the trial. Nagito's just saying, come on, let's get the execution done, chop chop people, let's move it, but no, we can't do that. We have to hear from Gundham first. We have a method, we need to stick to it. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundham.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well!
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain! Fine, then. I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. And I devised a Let's try that again. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all of the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Ooh, that is cool. That is very cool. Nice. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you this.
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me.
Huh?
If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing. This is sounding like case 1 of Trigger Happy Havoc. Like Sayaka? Was she called Sayaka? I can't remember, but the singer. Everyone thinking, oh no, she couldn't possibly have been the original killer. No, she was. She was.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that? Well, yeah. What did you expect him to do? Just, oh my god, someone's trying to murder me. Better just stand still and allow it to happen. Like, no. I'm sorry, that's a really dumb thing to say. That is. Like, no, if someone comes at you and you're like, well, I can't retreat, I've just got to go forward and try and defend myself. Like, Dodoi Chiaki. Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the warlock, Gundham Tanaka! Heroes, lords of darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me! I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance!
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might! I won't go easy on you! Don't even think about holding back! Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics! Give me everything you got!
Nekomaru need I! Your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Huh? Wait, are you telling us to just wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life. That's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog-eat-dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well!
That is what it means to live! If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fibre of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try and justify what you did?
But
it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
damn it.
Ugh!
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my tears.
But even so, Don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh.
That belief is why you committed your crime.
You...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but... Compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well?
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that... Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundham, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? That is a very generous way of putting it. Personally, I would say he didn't. Because here's the thing, if he had done this to sacrifice himself, then when everyone discovered the body, he would have just been like, I did it. It was me. We were all starving. Someone had to take the fall, so we don't need the trial. We don't need the investigation. I did this to get us out of this situation. Like, if it had been a genuine sacrifice, he would have done that. He wouldn't have tried to cover it up, because that's what he was trying to do during the trial. He was trying to obfuscate, which means, you know, if we had voted incorrectly, we would have all died. That isn't sacrificing himself so that we can live. You know, that is a very generous interpretation. I disagree with it, though. He was actively trying to get everyone killed during the trial. I don't necessarily disagree with him. That's the thing. I kind of do agree with what he did. If I had been in his place, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have gone after Nekomaru. So I agree with what he did. I disagree that he had selfless actions. He was being selfish. He was trying to get everyone else killed. This wasn't a sacrifice. Gundham, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundham Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundham Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundham Tanaka.
Please wait!
Please wait! This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundham.
Huh?
She loves him and you're a simp. Miss Sonia!
I beg of you!
Please, I beg of you!
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundham. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However...
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction?
No! And the hamster's gonna be executed! Look at the fat one! Look at that chubby little bastard sweating balls! Oh! Oh!
Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
Oh my god, no, this is too cute. Why?
However, There is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundham Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Game over. Gundham has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh, wow. One, I'm glad to see that the hamsters are still alive, but that was interesting. Also, it looked like he was being, sent up to heaven. How pissed must he have been? Just like, no, I wanted to go to hell. Why have I been signed to heaven? What? Nah. Like, the outrage he must have felt in his heart. That was interesting. Yeah. Gundham! No! Even after Gundham is gone, the spirit of his parting words still linger deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it, why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forwards. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundham will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. we shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So, how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait! Hold on! How much longer are you gonna keep doing this?
Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec, that mood shift is too damn fast!
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundham and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right?
Huh.
She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then, let's go back for now and eat. And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then, let's do our best again.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? I think that's a pretty... Oh, no, let's... There we go. I think that is a pretty good place to just pause on this episode so I can go over what I think. To be brutally honest, you know what, I'm just going to reiterate something I said at the beginning of this Let's Play. I am very opinionated. If I like something, I will talk about it endlessly. And if I dislike something, you better believe I'm going to crap talk it to the best of my ability. This chapter was absolute garbage. It was pure dog shit. This was, without a doubt, the most disappointing chapter I think I've ever played, and I'm including the first game in that. In both Trigger Happy Havoc and Goodbye Despair, this was hands down the worst chapter. And if you've been, if you watched my Trigger Happy Havoc Let's Play, you might remember I absolutely hated Chapter 4 of that. What is it with Chapter 4? What is it with me not liking Chapter 4 of this series? Anyway, Chapter 4 of Trigger Happy Havoc, I absolutely hated it. It made me miserable. Legitimately, I would wake up every day and go, okay, what am I recording? Oh, Danganronpa. Fucking great. And I would hate it. Legitimately, that is the closest I have come to cancelling a Let's Play. Like, it was a very touch and go thing as to whether I'd be playing this game, because I hated Chapter 4 so much. This Chapter 4 was way worse than that Chapter 4, because yes, I was miserable, but at least I wasn't bored out of my mind, which is the only way I can describe, you know, what happened in this chapter. It was boring. It was so astoundingly boring, and I don't have the words. Genuinely, I don't have the words for how shit I thought this chapter was. Hot damn. You know what? We're gonna go over the problems one by one from the beginning. To not put too fine a point on it, Problem number 1, overhyping. This chapter, I think it had the same problem as No Man's Sky when that released. Everyone was so convinced, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be amazing. And everyone kind of worked each other up into a hype so that no matter what released, it was going to be a letdown. And when I go into each chapter, I go in with no expectations. And I don't form an opinion until either the chapter is done or the game is done. Like, if you were to ask me, Callista, what are your opinions on Goodbye Despair? I have none. I have no opinions. I'm enjoying myself, but for all I know, the final 2 chapters could be on the same level as this one, in which case I'd say, well, the game started off strong, but then it went downhill at the halfway point, and I was really unhappy with the ending. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. As such, I have no opinions on the game other than I've been enjoying myself so far. I don't form an opinion until the end of the game. And I don't form any opinions until the chapter is done. However, if I have 10 plus people telling me, oh, this is the best chapter, like, the motive is amazing, like, oh, it's so cool, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it, then I'm gonna align my expectations accordingly. And because I had so many people saying, oh, it's the best chapter, it's so exciting, it's so great, you're gonna love it, I was put in this position where I was constantly waiting. As the chapter is going along, I'm like, okay, we're in the fun house, yeah. Okay, there's the motive. When's the exciting thing gonna happen? When, like, that can't have been the real motive, because I got told a bunch of times that the motive was the best motive in the entire franchise, and that motive was dull as shit. Like, oh, okay, so there must be a secondary motive, so, like, we're gonna wait. Oh, Nekomaru's dead. Oh, we're getting started on the investigation. I'm still waiting for something cool to happen. Oh, we've swapped to Nagito, and it only lasted for 30 minutes of a chapter that's taken me, like, what, 20 odd episodes? So, 30 minutes out of, I don't even know how many hours it's taken me, but, like, 30 minutes out of that, okay, still waiting for something exciting to happen. Oh, we've reached the trial. We're talking about the exact same topic for, like, 2 hours, waiting for something exciting to happen. Oh, he's dead. Gundham's dead. Still waiting, and I'm still waiting. Admittedly, the chapter isn't over technically. For all I know, in the next 2 minutes, something really exciting could happen. You could all be at your computers going, Callista, if you'd only played for 2 more minutes, you would have seen the thing, and it would have piqued your interest. Like, that may happen, but right now, I'm bored out of my mind. I am so bored with everything that's happened, and like I said, I do think the overhyping attributed to that. I do think if it hadn't been for that, I would have been experiencing it as it came. I would have still been bored, but I wouldn't have felt like I was waiting. So that was problem number 1. Problem number 2, the motive. So many people said that the motive was great. I'm sorry, but how? How do you all think that? I am genuinely quite confused there, because in my opinion, do what I want or you die, because that's effectively what the motive was. That is the most banal, easy to come up with, low effort motive you could possibly have. I'm sorry about my voice cracking here. Legit, every real world kidnapper has that motive. Do what I want you to do or you die. So it's not like Monokuma came up with some next level motive. That is literally every motive of every single kidnapper that has ever kidnapped anyone in the history of the world. Like, so it's not particularly unique, and especially compared with, the video game that incorporates your memories and all of this, that, and the other, and the despair disease, which I thought was really inventive, this invisible thing that could get you at any time, the sense of paranoia and panic that would have created, that delicious tension, and then do what I say or you die. What? I don't understand how that's considered a great motive. I don't understand how that is considered in any way clever. I don't understand how that is considered in any way interesting. It's banal. It's banal in my opinion. I am just... So, yeah, problem number 2 right there. Problem number 3, I just don't care about Nekomaru. I simply... I can't. It's not that I don't care, it's that I can't. Every time I try and connect with him, it's blocked by the bazooka incident. Every time he does something emotional, I can't connect because of that cutscene where it's like, oh, he took a bazooka to the gonads and he was completely uninjured except for being a little bit singed, but everyone's going on about how he's dying. Like, it was absurd. It was so absurd that it completely removed me from the character, so I have absolutely no reaction to his death, to him doing anything even remotely emotional. Like, I just can't connect. I can't connect to him, and to be fair, that isn't the game's problem, that's mine. So I can't necessarily hold that against the game, but it... Like I said, just the absurdity of it. The absurdness of that cutscene prevents me from connecting with him. So you know, this whole chapter where it's like, oh my god, Nekomaru, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I have nothing. I have no response to this. The next problem, the trial. Legit, I swear to God, they spoke about the exact same thing for like 2 hours. 2 and a bit hours. It was so boring. It was so goddamn boring. And the writing, I forgot about that. The writing was shit. This without a doubt had the worst writing in the game because there is a major problem here. There is a major problem with this chapter, and that is the whole thing of like, oh, you're gonna starve to death. They had access to water. They had a bathroom. Now, to be fair, the bathroom could have not had plumbing. It could have just been a hole in the ground, in which case that's fair. However, Nekomaru could produce cola and tea. And here's the thing, it is very rare for a person to starve to death. It's extremely rare for a person to starve to death because you dehydrate first. It's the dehydration that gets you. It's like how people very rarely burn to death. When there's a house fire, it's not the fire that gets you, it's the smoke inhalation. People die from inhaling the CO2, they don't die from the burns. And so here's my question. Were they drinking from Nekomaru? Because if they were drinking from Nekomaru, then the entire chapter makes absolutely no sense because they wouldn't have been experiencing any kind of side effects from the lack of food. You can survive for, I believe it's 2 months without food as long as you have access to water. Now, they didn't have access to water, so presumably that would have been shortened because they would have been drinking tea or cola. They were also doing exercises. I can hear some people saying, but they were doing exercises, so that would have shortened it as well. Were they? They exercised once. They did Monokuma Tai Chi once. That isn't going to have had any meaningful effect. If they were drinking from Nekomaru, they would have been experiencing absolutely no side effects. I have done a 3-day water fast. I exercised every single one of those days. I had no side effects by the end of day 3. Now, here's the thing, I am a big girl. I am quite a big girl, so, you know, I have plenty of fat to burn. The students don't. They all appear to be in, like, fairly decent shape, but still, they would have been having absolutely no side effects. So the fact that they were all like, oh, we're tired, we're cold, we are... Because they're all the symptoms of dehydration. Those are, like, the list of, like, what happens when you dehydrate. You become woozy, you start blacking out. You can't, like, how you get... Oh, God, brain, figure this out. How your body regulates temperature. That goes, you end up feeling really cold. Like, those are all the signs of dehydration. not necessarily starvation, so they were dehydrating to death, which means they weren't drinking. In which case, why weren't they drinking? They had access to Nekomaru. Yeah, it's weird, we're drinking his tears. But if it's like, drink his tears versus death, I know what I'm doing. I'm taking a sip from this man's face. If they were drinking, the chapter doesn't make sense, because they wouldn't have been suffering any side effects. If they weren't drinking, why were they actively going along with what Monokuma was saying? Like, why were they just laying down to be like, oh yeah, I guess we're just gonna die here? Like, at no point during this game have the students shown any inclination as to be like, oh yeah, we're actively going along with Again, I'm sorry. I have so many thoughts. At no point have the students shown any inclination that they want to go along with what Monokuma says. So why would they suddenly accept death in that scenario? It makes no sense. The writing was crap. They hadn't done their research, clearly. Or it could have been the fact that, like, oh, we needed a time skip, but we didn't necessarily say about the time skip. Like, the writing was crap. The writing was crap. I'm sorry, it was. I'm not sorry in the slightest, because it's true, it was shit. It was boring. It was boring and badly written. There were some things that I liked, because I commented on them at the time. Hajime slowing down, that was a nice touch. Does not make up for how boring it was. The section with Nagito, that was very unexpected. I liked the escape room. But again, a 30-minute section does not make up for... Again, it's been around 20 episodes of this chapter. You know what? I'm going to do the math on that. Where's my calculator? Okay, so 20 times 45 equals 900. How many episodes would you say were the trial? I'd say that would be about 5. So then that's 5 times 30 equals... I don't think I'm doing the math right here. I've got 750. That'll be 750 minutes. So that would be, divide that by 12 and a half hours, I think that would be. I'm sorry, but 30 minutes out of 12 and a half hours, my math may be wrong because I am shit at math, that doesn't make up for anything. That doesn't make up for just how bored I was throughout the rest of the chapter and the trial. It was just bad. It was just so bad. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I liked Gundam's execution. I thought it was a lot better than Mikan's. So it's nice that they stepped things up for him. Yeah, that's really it. My main takeaway from this chapter is it was a pile of dog shit, and I hope chapter 5 is better. Oof. Big oof for me right there. No thank you. Absolutely not. Would not play this chapter again. Okay, that's enough on this chapter, I think. Theories for the future. To be honest, I only have one. It's something Nagito was saying. You know what? Let me try and find the direct quote. It was a couple of things he said to Hajime. When he appeared in the lounge, he said something along the lines of, did you sacrifice your mind and soul, or your body and soul? Something about sacrifice. One second, I'm having to pull up the playlist on my phone. 1 second. Where are you? And then there was the whole, like, oh, you're like me, you're a stepladder. Which was... It's odd. They were odd things to say. Okay, yeah, I've found the video. Yes, our stolen memories. Yep, that's the reserve department, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, were you willing to sacrifice your body and soul to attend Hope's Peak Academy? Did you admire Hope? That's such an odd thing to say. It felt very meaningful. Like he was trying to infer something. And here's the thing, there has to be a reason for Hajime to be involved with this class. We know he was a reserve course student, yet he's been paired up with this class, which I think is meaningful. Now, everything we've learned about Hope's Peak Academy, yes, they seem very devoted to the ultimate students, to the primary course, but quite frankly, in their dealings with the reserve course, they seem kind of slimy. They seem kind of shady, like, yeah, we're gonna take your money, yeah, you'll get a really good education. Psych, no you won't, we're just gonna leave you be while we focus on what we want to focus on. They set my teeth on edge. Something about Hope's Peak Academy, the higher-ups of the school, the teachers and all of that, it sets my teeth on edge. They don't seem like the type of people who would do something to be nice. They seem like the type of people who would do something because they have ulterior motive. And I can't imagine them putting a reserve course student in with the rest of them because, like, oh, he admires the school so much, let's fulfill this young boy's dream. No, absolutely not. It doesn't sit right. And the whole thing about being a stepladder. Being a stepladder, something you use to achieve greater heights. It's telling. That's how I describe it. It's very telling. Now, when I'm not Let's Playing, my favourite genre, my kind of wind down genre, the genre that lets me relax, is colony management sims. I absolutely love them, and one of my favourite colony management games is RimWorld. And recently they put out a really large upgrade, I believe it was called Biotech. And the whole thing with Biotech was, creating the greatest genes. Making sure that your colony members have the best kind of genetics that they possibly could. And, breeding and all of this. It took RimWorld players maybe a day to start thinking, hey, what if we created the ultimate colonist? How long before the higher-ups at Hope's Peak Academy thought, we should create the ultimate? I wouldn't say it would take them all that long, especially considering, through their doors they've had, like, the ultimate neuroscientist and the ultimate, I don't know what you'd need to create that, but like the ultimate geneticist and the ultimate doctor and I don't know, the ultimate breaker of the Geneva Convention, whatever, but I can't imagine it would take them too long before they started thinking to themselves, hey, we could meddle with this. Who says we have to find ultimates? Who says we can't make them? And that whole thing of sacrificing your body and soul, being used as a stepladder. Why else would they include Hajime with this class? They wouldn't do it to be nice, they'd do it because they could use him, because he admires Hope. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me, because Hajime's ultimate status is important. And here's the thing, if he was just a reserve course student, there'd be no reason to remove that from his memories. If it was as simple as he was just a reserve course student, why bother removing that? It doesn't seem all that important, so it has to be more than that. It has to be he was a reserve course student and like I said, if it takes RimWorld players a day before they start trying to create the ultimate colonist. It wouldn't take the teachers at Hope's Peak Academy all too much longer before they started trying to create, like I said, either the ultimate or the ultimate student. I could actually see the ultimate student being an actual thing, but, you know, trying to create something that had the best ultimate abilities. I don't like it. That theory has moved right to the top of my board. I think, you know, above all else, it's just Hajime fucking experimentation, ultimate experimentation. I just, don't like it. No thank you. I think that's the main theory I have from this chapter. Nagito did say some very interesting things. I'm very intrigued to see how Nagito progresses through chapters 5 and 6. I think that'll be really interesting. And you know what, with that, I think I'm going to bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, we finish chapter 4, thank God, and we can move on to chapter 5, which hopefully should be a great deal better. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.